Please stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Today's morning message. Remember to leave your response in the comments section. Whale Wednesday. What is your favorite kind of whale? And what makes it your favorite? Please leave your comment in the comment section. The weather for today will be a high of 76 degrees with a low of 64 degrees. It'll be cloudy with a 20% chance of precipitation. The wind will be traveling at 8 miles per hour. Hi, welcome back to TES News 5. According to Doggo News, millions of 2020 graduates will accompany astronauts on SpaceX's first crewed mission to the International Space Station. Due to COVID-19, the class of 2020 is missing out on a traditional graduation. However, those who accepted SpaceX's invitation to upload selfies to the company's website will commemorate their milestone year with a journey most people only dream about. They, or at least their photos, will accompany NASA astronauts Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley to the International Space Station on SpaceX's first ever crewed flight. Even better, it will be America's first human spaceflight since NASA's Space Shuttle program was retired in 2011. The historic Demo 2 mission will launch from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida at 1:33 p.m. on May 27, 2020. Its primary purpose is to test the Crew Dragon spacecraft and the Falcon 9 rocket's suitability for human flight. If all goes as expected, SpaceX could begin regularly flying astronauts to and from the International Space Station as early as summer 2020. This would reduce NASA's dependency on Russia's Soyuz spacecraft, which has been the astronauts' only means of getting to and from the ISS for nearly a decade. SpaceX's relatively low price of $56 million per seat will also save the U.S. agency, which currently spends $86 million per seat, a substantial amount of money. Next week will mark the beginning of a new era in human spaceflight with the launch of NASA astronauts Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley to the International Space Station, NASA officials wrote in a statement released on May 19, 2020. This test flight will be historic and momentous occasion that will see the return of human spaceflight to our country, and the incredible dedication by the men and women of NASA is what has made this mission possible. While Behnken and Hurley will reach the ISS about 19 hours after they leave Earth, their return date is yet to be decided. It will be determined by two factors: the Crew Dragon's condition in orbit and the progress of SpaceX's Crew 1 capsule, the first operational flight of a Crew Dragon spacecraft, which will transport the 4 crew members of the Expedition 63-64 to the ISS sometime this year. NASA officials estimate that the astronauts will spend anywhere from a month to a maximum of 119 days on the space station. They will, however, return to Earth by September 23, 2020, because the Crew Dragon capsule's solar arrays are not designed to withstand degradation in space for more than 120 days. Any solar array in low Earth orbit tends to degrade a little bit over time, Steve Stitch, deputy manager of NASA's Commercial Crew Program, said on May 1, 2020. It turns out the atmosphere has a little bit of oxygen in it. It's called atomic oxygen. And there's a little bit of degradation in the ability for the cells itself to generate power. And the particular cells on the trunk of a dragon, based on the analysis capability, kind of a worst case prediction, we think we can get about 120 days capability out of those. Fortunately, the beaming images of millions of 2020 graduates have no return deadline. That means they will be able to continue their space mission eternally. Thank you so much for watching TES News 5 today. If you have any questions about the article that I read today, you could check out doggonews.com, or you could leave a question in the comment section and I'll be sure to answer that. If you have any ideas for upcoming articles, please leave a comment in the comment section and I'll try to make sure that I hit that before the end of the school year. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.